While the world still mourns the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner, his co-star Bill Cosby is breaking in silence and comparing Malcolm Jamal Warner's death to the loss of his other son.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it was just a few hours ago that we confirmed to you that Malcolm Jamal Warner has passed away at the age of 54 years old. He was on a family vacation in Costa Rica where he accidentally drowned. According to Costa Rican police, national police, they confirmed that he passed away due to asphyxia. So now a lot of celebrities and fans are talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner's impact while here on Earth, including his co-star Bill Cosby. Before we get to Bill Cosby's statement, shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. I like what they posted in regards to what Theo Huxtable, what Malcolm Jamal Warner's interpretation of Theo Huxtable meant for a lot of people when watching a black young man on television. They said this: in wake of Malcolm Jamal Warner's untimely passing, we want to highlight how his iconic character Theo changed the way that young men were seen on TV. To many of us who watched The Cosby Show, Theo was like family. And they ask, what has been one of your favorite moments from The Cosby Show? There are so many favorite moments I can list, but as always, I want to hear what you guys have to say in the chat. The other thing I wanted to highlight were some of the messages that people have been sharing on social media, including Niecy Nash says in a post, she says, "My God, we just spoke. You were giving me my flowers for my work in Grotesque FX, and we talked about how happy we both were in our marriages. Damn, friend, you were the cornerstone of The Cosby Show. We all loved Theo. Never to be forgotten. You will be missed. Rest easy." While more fans on social media said, one person by the name of Essence Simone says, "Malcolm Jamal Warner is Black American royalty. This one stings for real." I Am Nigeria says, "I literally screamed over that Malcolm Jamal Warner news. I can't believe it." AGD says, "Malcolm Jamal Warner's portrayal of Theo was Black boyhood at some of its finest. What a loss, bro." Other people said, Renee Petty Lapone on social media says, "That man gave us one of the greatest scenes in history of television. I cannot believe this. I am so over here sobbing. Rest in poetry, Malcolm Jamal Warner." And they were referring to the Gordon Gartrell scene, a scene that we've highlighted, I think, last year in regards to another story that we were talking about. We can't deny, yes, there is this portion of The Cosby Show where people just could not watch it anymore because of the Bill Cosby of it all. But I don't think it changes the impact that The Cosby Show had at the time and continues to have for those that are watching the reruns of it. Morris Chestnut with Malcolm Jamal Warner on The Resident posted this on social media saying, "Heartbroken to hear about the passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Working alongside him on The Resident was an honor. He brought so much depth, warmth, and wisdom to every scene and every conversation. One of the nicest in the business. Rest easy, brother. Your legacy lives on." Kevy Kev on social media says, "The Cosby Show understandably has a dark cloud around it now, but Malcolm Jamal Warner as Theo is one of the most important / iconic portrayals of a young black man on TV. From his struggles with dyslexia to becoming an educator, Theo was so important in the 80s and 90s. I thought that was a perfect way to talk about the Theo character. Some of that I completely forgot because I haven't watched The Cosby Show in such a long time. But there was a period of time before the Bill Cosby issues that I would watch reruns of The Cosby Show. Another person on social media by the name of Welp Look at Him says, "Every time someone passes, that was a big part of my childhood. It hits the soul a little. Malcolm Jamal Warner as Theo was important to a lot of black male youth growing up and seeing him exist. Even if we couldn't relate to the family upbringing, seeing him on TV mattered." Reala Final Boss Jimmy on social says, "Rest in peace to the great Malcolm Jamal Warner. My generation grew up on him, and then he replayed a performance from The Family, iconic lip sync that they did as a family on the show. This moment lives on in my head. Lonnie Love posted on her social media saying, Malcolm Jamal Warner was a talented actor, but what truly stood out was his kindness, love for the culture, and standing on business. He had a gift for making everyone feel seen and loved. I wish we had more time with this incredible person. Rest in peace. I think that could be the highest of compliments. He's had such a big career, an iconic career, but to say outside of that, he was a decent human being, I think that, and to make people feel seen, that is a hard characteristic to do. It's Kinsanity said on social media, let's not forget Theo was also, quote, the producer in the Magic School Bus. We talked about that when we first talked about the breaking news. Tabitha Brown took to social media and she says, this one hurts. Malcolm Jamal Warner was literally the brother I never had in my head growing up. I mean, the entire Cosby family was all our family in the 80s, but Theo was the only son, the only brother, and he was brilliant. Rest easy. May we all love each other a little more today. So as I mentioned to you before, Bill Cosby is breaking his silence on the passing of his castmate, but also someone that was very close to him. That's the one thing about the Cosby Show that I don't think people remember, was that the cast was pretty damn close. So according to TMZ, they said Bill Cosby is reacting to the sudden death of the Cosby Show alum, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and is taking him back to a dark time in his life, his own son's murder. Cosby's rep, Andrew Wyatt, tells TMZ when Bill got the call that Warner died on vacation in Costa Rica, it reminded him of being in the studio filming The Cosby Show in January of 1997, when he got a call informing him that his son, Ennis Cosby, was pow in a failed robbery attempt. Wyatt says the news of Malcolm Jamal's death hit him in the same way as Ennis's death. The two used to play together when they were younger and, quote, were amazing together. We're told when Bill last talked to Warner, he was excited about a big concert in Minneapolis and felt that he was changing the world. Wyatt says that Bill's also remembering the time that Malcolm Jamal visited the Cosby family property in Massachusetts and made Bill's relatives laugh harder than ever. Bill, we're told feels Malcolm Jamal made a lasting impact with his life and career that will continue to change the world. And he says every young man growing up in the projects back in the day wanted to be like Warner and to have a family like the Huxtables. This is the power of art. Art is infinite and will continue to live on. If anything, I think this is probably going to be a time where people do look back on the impact of the Cosby Show as a whole, and more specifically, Malcolm Jamal Warner's impact as an actor and human in this world. Rest in peace again to Malcolm Jamal Warner, and we definitely send our condolences to his wife and daughter and fans and friends around the world. Guys, let's continue to remember Malcolm Jamal Warner in the comments section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Here we go now.